Merry Christmas to everybody. This video will be about those for whom the Christmas is not that merry. Because those who invite evil spirits in their homes and greet them with joy, festivity, and laughter do not end up somewhere where it is particularly merry. What kind of a chap is Santa Claus? The official sources start by diverting your attention from the very beginning to the figure of Saint Nicholas, and that's a very clever move because then they can add the word saint. And only towards the end of their article, they may or may not mention. And yes, actually, Saint Nicholas was combined with some older pagan things. What are these things? They, of course, never mention. Whom they rebranded as Santa is nothing else but that same evil spirit, the enemy of man, a well known murderer in the Slavic and Scandinavian lands, Krampus, also known as the master of those biting blizzards which freeze people to death. And what did he demand from the people to appease him? The ritual which makes him happy goes like this. They select a young maiden, and when it is very cold, like -30 outside, they take her and they bind her to a tree. And when she's hard frozen, hooray, hooray, he is satisfied. And then the ritual goes on by cutting her into pieces and hanging her internal organs on that tree. This is your Christmas tree, friends. Since Santa got exported from Europe, those of you who are from America, they will know only the polished final version. But here in our lands, because there is some minimal residue from the underlying rituals, there is a lot more left from Krampus. In the Slavic lands, Santa Claus or Dead Moroz in our languages, he doesn't travel alone when he goes on raids. Around Christmas, he takes food, good supply of food, and this is Snegurочка or the snow girl. That's why here he is always accompanied by a young girl. The sacrificial meal and the millions rejoice and clap and sing along in front of the TV or just round the tree, celebrating the maiden sacrifice. In Italy, the so-called Santa often comes with his friend La Befana, an old witch. Interested in children, interestingly, and although the polished version comes usually with reindeers who are far less scary, in a couple of West European countries, he is more depicted, or sometimes depicted, with a donkey as well. Guess whose symbol is the donkey? And yet another fellow gangster of Santa is Zwarte Piet, who lure kids with candies and then punish them. In France, his traditional companion is Pere Fouettard, which in translation means father whipper, because he was known for whipping children. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. In the mountain regions of Austria, there is still the living tradition of Krampus or Rupert, they call him in Germany, a tradition which was once spread all over the Germanic lands. So, historically, in those lands, Santa didn't go on raids alone, but he would take a fellow devil who, yes, I've met people, they were telling me that when we were children, this campus would always be along with Santa Claus and poke us with his weapon. That is how modern people participate in rituals, inviting devils to take their children, and then they wonder, oh, our children disappear by millions. So, as you may have heard already, they are introducing disgusting sex dances in some churches, performed by hordes of prostitutes and perverts. And now we know why. Also, Santa Claus festivities. This is a small Orthodox church. For the sake of festivity, they removed the central pieces of the interior, which were symbols of the benevolent creator, and substituted them with the New Year's tree, with the hanging kidneys, etc. And this is how the celebration will end. Krampus loaded up the children on the broom and took them for further festivities. So, Krampus is just one more example of how the dark side has penetrated and taken over pretty much every aspect of social life on Earth. This is extremely dangerous, and if you want to save your soul and possibly even your body through the upcoming turbulence, tribulation, run to the countryside, and the more the place is wild, the better. In a short while, this will become no longer an option, and then you will be besieged in the city. And finally, one very good question appeared in the comments. How we will know that when you make a video, it is you and not AI imitating you? I warned about this actually many years ago in the technology video, and I'm not sure if they will do this to my channel exactly, because just with shadow banning they removed 99% of my audience. But in case they do, the most likely time that it can happen is when they introduce the internet digital IDs, which of course will be connected to biometry sooner or later. So if you continue getting new videos after that, most likely they will be fake. First of all, because I don't plan to get the ID, and second of all, what is the point of making videos for people who have decided to go for the offer of the beast? But they may do the fake videos trick even before that. If I become aware of such a thing, I will try to inform everybody who is subscribed to my newsletter. I think I haven't sent that newsletter for more than 5 or 7 years, something like that. But the subscribers are still there. I have the file with the subscribers. And I will try to inform them if that is technically possible, because they will be closing all doors at that time, all doors for the truth. So, if it is possible and if I'm still around. And of course, the sure way to figure out if the videos are genuine is by their content. If you hear my voice preaching any type of even partial tolerance or acceptance of any new idea or biometry, know that that's fake.